Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is a glorious day once again here in Bitcoin land. As always, go to Bitcoin Daily View. There's cool stuff there. It's the show's website. As always, I should say, like, share, subscribe, comment. It really helps, even if you just comment Lambo. All right, today, Bitcoin taking a little bit of a cool off, coming in at $32,425, down 2%. Although Ethereum is up 19% at $933. I thought it was a big deal when I saw 800 this morning, and now it's 933. And I believe that this is, when we look at the chart, this to me signifies alt season. Alt season to me is hard to define, but I will say when you've got 51% of the alts against Bitcoin in the green, I would call that an alt season. So I think Ethereum is like sort of the king of alts, and right now it's doing incredible. It had some good things happening on the chart so quickly this morning. I didn't even think that was possible, but it happened. So wonderful stuff's happening. Miraculous things are happening in the crypto market. We'll take a look at it. So if you look at Bitcoin, in the red today, and this is all against USD, and you can see Ethereum is doing very well. ADA is, BNB, Litecoin, XRP is up 2.4%, coming in at 22%. I guess the world doesn't care what our bankers have to say here in the US. And Link up 6.9%. Glorious day in the market. But if you look at alts versus Bitcoin, usually this would be kind of a bloodbath, but right now the dominance for Bitcoin recently has slowed down quite a lot. We'll take a look at that in the chart. But Ethereum against Bitcoin up 21%. That is pure Lambo territory. Litecoin doing well. XRP even up against Bitcoin. So this, to me, when you see 51% of the alts in the green, especially above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart or the daily, you're doing great. So I'm going to officially say that because of what happened with Ethereum this morning, I think we are really truly getting into alt season. All right. Volume last 24 hours for Bitcoin, 10 billion, 10.8 billion basically. That's insane volume. And it's Sunday. Most people ain't even gotten up and had breakfast yet. This is insane. So basically 5 billion on Binance as far as the volume. On Coinbase, basically 2 billion. And even Kraken, first time I've ever seen it, a billion on there. And Bitfinex, a billion. Bitstamp, 849 million. I mean, these little exchanges are just, and the big ones are just rocking. Coinbase, I'm proud of you not blowing up with almost 2 billion in volume. All right, where all that groovy, fantastic, wonderful volume is on Binance. What's longs versus short sentiment? 54% long, 45% short. I'm going to call that a bit of an indecisive day in the market because Bitcoin is doing some interestingly strange things. Let's take a look. Also, I've got to point out, I'll point that out in a second. Here's why I see it being alt season. For one thing, look at Coin360. You're going to see a lot of, against Bitcoin, a lot of alts in the green. That to me is kind of an alt season. But Ethereum, if we look at Ethereum on the 45-minute chart, okay, we powerfully broke over the 200 moving average this morning and the 314. So to me, that is always a good sign. That's immediate price action, but it's a powerful thing. It means you're doing good. Any coin, short-term price action, you got to look at other indicators also, but still, if you're over the 200 moving average on a 45-minute chart, I'm going to call that usually a bullish thing, depending on other indicators. Well, check this out. The 4-hour chart. And here's the tough one. If you can get over that 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, then you're really doing you're in Lambo mode there. So basically, we wicked well. We had the body of the candles above it right now, just barely. We definitely wicked way above it, both the 200 and the 314 on the 4-hour chart for Ethereum. If we can find support above this 4-hour 200 moving average for Ethereum, that is matching what I'm seeing here on Coin360. A lot of green. I bet you we got 51% of the alts that are in the green, especially if they are above the 200 moving average on a 45-minute chart, especially on the 4-hour chart. We definitely are seeing some powerful action going on. This is alt season. Ethereum, to me, really is the most powerful indicator of that. So right now, as long as this candle stays above that 200 moving average, I hope we can close above it. Boom. That is alt season 2. Little Lord Craig Simpson, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial consultant or a life coach. With that said, Bitcoin Dominance, BTC.D on Coinbase, not Coinbase, on TradingView. Check it out. Bitcoin took this massive dump from earlier this morning, 73% dominance to right now we're at 70%. We wicked down to like, well, still 70%. But this is a big friggin' deal. Let's look at this on the daily. Yes, look at that. And that is a big, 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 big deal. Big dump on the daily as far as Bitcoin dominance. And the moment that happened, look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Boom! Alt season. Ethereum and many alts have been laying in wait for this moment. So let's keep on cruising. Over on the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram channel, Biffy, cool character, he shared this fib extension today, which shows, I'm sorry, here's the fib extension right here. Some of his magic. No, I lost it. Wait, where'd it go? It's over here. There's the fib extension. He's doing fib extensions versus also fib extensions in time, showing some price predictions that, the price prediction, also the time of when he sees it possibly moving up based on what we're seeing right now. So this is worth joining the group and checking that out. He's always posting cool stuff, but beyond that, check this out. He noted something. His charts are always insane like this, so don't feel bad if this looks a little crazy to you. It makes my testosterone drop a little bit, also being in the presence of such a man's chart. All right, with that said, Bitcoin versus gold, it just broke the all-time high, the previous all-time high. So Bitcoin versus gold, breaking a previous all-time high, and not only that, but really breaking through it pretty powerfully. That is damn cool. Wow, that's earth-shaking, and you heard it here. All right, Bitcoin USD on the 4-hour chart. You can see right here, we're starting to cool off a little bit. Last couple of candles are chilling out. If you look here at the MACD, 4-hour MACD is beginning to turn down a little bit. Let's look at a 2-hour chart and see that MACD also. Okay, of course, we're turning down a little bit on the 2-hour candles, and the MACD has turned negative, and pretty darn staunchly negative also. So overall, let's look at the daily also. How's the daily look? Okay, daily is still in the green with a long wick to the upside, and the MACD is still powerfully positive on the daily. We're just basically seeing a real cool off right now. It's an interesting moment in the 3-day. It's still working on a new green candle. MACD is positive. So, I mean, overall, if we look here at the 45-minute chart with all the cool indicators, directional indicator has gone red. ADX is definitely going down. But it's still positive. RSI's got plenty of room to pick up. KRI's plenty of room to pick up. And Lazy Bear indicator wave trend oscillators right here in the middle where it likes to bounce powerfully. So we're definitely seeing a bit of a cool off on dominance and a cool off for BTC. I don't think it's going to go very far, but it is giving the alts a chance to Lambo as F, basically. With that said, now Ethereum versus USD. Basically, it's kind of like Bitcoin did its big brother. It kind of does what Bitcoin does. It pumped, and now it's beginning to cool off a little bit. Directional index is very, very in the green. ADX is perfect. KRI is good. RSI's got plenty of room to turn around. Wait for an oscillator by Lazy Bear is overextended. So I think both these are going to just cruise down a little bit. I really, absolutely, worst case scenario, I think we're really where we're going to stay. I think if you look at the chart here, we're looking at a previous support and resistance. I think we'll probably stay right about there. If we go a little lower, we'd probably, come on now, work with me. We'd probably bounce right about here, some previous support and resistance. And then of course, as you can see, this is all, you can see where this is going. If we don't bounce there, you got previous support and resistance here. You know, I could fire up a VPVR here and pull in a little bit more data, a little bit more chart. And you can definitely see, I mean, we're good. We're cooling off a little bit, but really, who cares? This is all beautiful. This is all beautiful. I mean, we have tons of support, buy-sell volume at around 29,000. We have previous support and resistance in the chart around 29,000. I just can't imagine really getting any lower than that. And if we did even go lower, it would be like 26,000. That's just uncalled for and unusual. We are building, we built some volume and support and resistance up around 34K, 33K. And now we're basically visiting 32, 33K, and we have tons of buy-sell volume and support resistance there. We even built a little bit of support resistance and volume at a 31, 32K. So we're good to go. We're just cooling off. These indicators look to me like they're beginning to, the RSI and the KRI and the wave trend oscillator look like they're beginning to build up for another move up. while the directional index and the ADX are a bit weaker on the 45-minute chart. Honestly, I think we're just cooling off. It's a beautiful thing as it's given alts, like especially Ethereum. Like I already mentioned, Ethereum versus Bitcoin, a chance to really rock into that alt season. The trick is if Bitcoin picks up again, is it going to crush this? We shall see how strong this is. All depends, I think, on how long Bitcoin goes sideways. Not financial advice, but definitely, my friends, if you're making money in an alt, Bitcoin could turn up that bit of dominance that we've seen dump. If that turns back up, we're going to get crushed again. So alt season could be over in 15 minutes. So have your stops in. With that said, XRP versus USDT, this is a wonderful thing. Look at that. Recently on the daily chart, no, I'm sorry, the 45-minute chart, we've been flirting with the 200 moving average. How are we looking on the daily? Interesting. All right, so on the daily, we're below the 200 moving average. This is really a crap chart, but I mean, the thing about it is that XRP versus USD is not getting crushed. I'm liking to see this with all the with all that the SEC is aiming at it. It's not going away, and it reminds me that crypto is universal. It doesn't just belong to America. So there you go, SEC polka dot versus Bitcoin. Took a bounce off the 200 moving average. It's moving up powerfully. ADX is in the right spot. Directional index is in the right spot. RSI is a little high. KRI is in a good spot. Wave for oscillator is in a good spot. This is definitely balanced territory. I would expect this to continue up as long as Bitcoin's dominance continues going down. Theta versus USD. It's dumping a bit. Indicators are really bad. They show you definitely could see a turnaround. But Theta versus BTC, look at this. Came down to the 200 moving average as that dominance has gone down a bit. It's starting to make a move back up. Indicators are in general okay. Need to turn up a bit. When this directional index starts flipping green, I think if we continue pulling away from that 200 moving average on the 4-hour and the 45-minute chart, I think Theta definitely is going to be a player. So I'm watching that one really close. I mean, you could almost dare a entry now, but I would wait till the directional index is green. The ADX is above 45, and let's just watch this thing and see what happens. Definitely, if I made a position here, I'd have to stop right under the 45, right under the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart at about whatever, just below there. And ZIL BTC, it definitely has gotten crushed recently by Bitcoin pumping, but look at this, it's making a strong uptrend. Directional index is in the right spot. ADX is going the wrong way, but at the right number, and it basically just looks a little bit oversold right now. I mean, overbought right now as it's pumping. It's got a ways to go in the 45-minute chart before it gets above the 45-minute 200 moving average. But basically, this is not looking too bad. I would keep this on my watch list. It could go into some good Lambo territory. Digibyte, a lot of people like this coin. It's been flirting with this support here. It hasn't managed to break through the 200 moving average. It came down to it. It found support. Now it's above both the 200 moving average and the 45 and the 314 moving average on the 45-minute chart. This blue diamond means that it made it through the 200 and the 314 within 2 candles. That's really wonderful. The indicators in general are not that bad, but it's a little too sideways for me. I don't see the upwards momentum that I really want to see before I get an entry into that. One that I am new to checking out, I saw it show up on some of my scanners, is this Rune versus BTC. Went under the 200 moving average. It bounced off the 314. It's above the 200 moving average. It made a beautiful pump there, and it's moving up. Directional index is green, powerful. So is the ADX. RSI is high, but turned up. Got plenty of room to go sideways. KRI is beautiful. Wave for oscillator is looking pretty rocking. This actually could be an entry right now. I'm just waiting until Monday, but also I want to see if it gets above this. I'm a little uncertain whenever I see this. Are we going to break above? So basically, this needs to go a little bit further, but I'm thinking it's a bit extended, but I don't know. Rune BTC, one to put on your radar and keep an eye on. I don't just want to believe, I do believe. So alt season, I think that Ethereum is calling it alt season, especially if we continue and we can get above and stay above this 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart. We are rocking. I think we're good enough to call it alt season if we stay above the 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. Let's see, where did little Biffy put it here? there we go. Interesting fibs to check out over there at BitcoinDailyView.com. Look at the Bitcoin dominance today, definitely taking a dump. That's why Ethereum's able to crank so hardcore. And I'll mention one more time, this is from Biffy in the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram group, which you can find over there at BitcoinDailyView.com. Join free, it's fun, we party all day. Share charts and goals and aspirations, turn-ons, turns-offs, whatever. Bitcoin versus gold. Bitcoin just broke all-time high against gold. This is rocking. We are hitting 2021 like a rocket ship to Pluto. A lot of people are going to believe. A lot of people are already believing. And I think that really right now 30K is going to be 3K. Pretty darn. 30K. We're going to see 30K how we see 3K now. However you see 3K now is how you'll see 30K. Like, give it a month. It's crazy. It's Lambo time. So much is going on. I know I don't focus on the news a whole lot, but because a lot of other channels do that very well. But really, if you think that Bitcoin's going to have some crazy retrace or we're not going to keep pumping, then you just ain't following the news. And I'll try to include, when I do these, really, really relevant news stories about big institutional money coming in. And don't sweat some of this ridiculous legislation that the SEC, et cetera, wants to put forth when it comes to KYC on hardware wallets and such. It probably won't happen, and if it does, honestly, it will just pump it more because it will gain more institutional money if that happens. So take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.